So the gate where we entered, Tammy, everything here is on heavy sprinklers. I mean, everything is irrigated to the T. That's the 10 acres out there. And the gate that we showed you is over there. Yeah, between the clearing over there. Even like this little piece up here is sprinkled just to keep it green. All these grasses, I'm not sure what kind of grass, but it's all over the slopes here. It's all irrigated. Just to show you up here, this was designed, he didn't have an RV, but friends that would come and visit did. So he had it set up here where there was 50 amp service over here on the left, and water. That camp or that box is over, and then on this side there was the storage hookup for the RV right there. And I just walked back around here, and actually up here, see there's a pile of gravel, and actually above, well, I'll walk down here. He was going to use this for a creek bed because part of his irrigation system, he ran a 6-inch pipe up to the top of the hill, and he was going to make a creek bed coming down into the pond, and it was going to recirculate. And that's the end of the pond down there. There's an area, these tules have to be removed because that's the only thing that's a little invasive that some bird probably brought in. Down here at the base there's a pad. He was actually going to build like a little Japanese tea house. And he said had he finished and had the money finishing it, he would have done the tea house probably instead of the creek. But you can see this grass, there's a redwood, is extensive. There's no maintenance on it except watering it. It's pretty all the time. And this little fruit orchard, because it didn't get watered properly, most of it hasn't done well. This cherry tree's doing okay. This one, see, there's part of it living down here. I think it's an apricot. The apples are okay over there. Some berries. It's a little fig tree up here. This is a plum. And there's water all up here. See, it's like all of these can be set on a drip. Let's see the water, just turn it on. These need to be replanted up here. And the property line goes up there to the top of the hill. I have to come back here and snack on some berries and plums. I'll just come in from the sideways here on the property. This is a burn pile that obviously didn't get burned yet. I think I made that up. And the pond is really big. It's probably 12 feet in the center. And he had a filtration and another pump system and water agitators or things that, but you know, it doesn't need any more of that. He was out here about a week ago and said the pond never looked healthier. It's kind of balanced itself, which means it doesn't need, you know, any help. There's enough lilies, and what the fish are excreting, the nitrogen, it's all taken care of and eaten up by the lilies. And there's paths, there's a waterfall, you can hear it up there, that go extensively around the rock structures over there. He was proud he built all these rock walls. There's little benches all around, like out of this slab. It's a little creek that goes up here. Nothing but all kinds of different varieties of Japanese maples. And the waterfall's over there. And the fish, they get quite active when the water's warmer. And the koi, I don't think there's anything, that's probably the smallest one right there. I'm not sure how many are in here, but I've counted 30 or 40. And there's some of these that have what they call a butterfly tail. He said those are like, value is like $1,000 a piece. And they get active. I think they're either half spawned or getting ready to. I'll take a look as you can see the babies of little fish along the edge. Although if you don't collect them with a net, they'll apparently they will eat them. Not the nicest parents, huh? But you can see them swimming underwater over there. A lot of times they'll congregate over there where the water's coming down the waterfall. And the lilies are blooming well. They love the sun over here. You see he built all this, stairs coming up. There's the food I'm going to feed them. That's the fish feeder. It's from Germany. They come up and they poke their head on a metal rod and it drops food in the water for them. Their home, like I say, was built in '99, kind of a French country style. When it comes to the most attractive thing here, I have to say it's the grounds too. Make a beautiful wedding venue. There's 3 varieties of birch trees over here. River birch, and river birch are the ones that don't have the white trunks over there. These are river birches. There's a gold koi there. Oh, and there's bass in here. Black bass he planted probably 12 years ago. He said there's got to be some huge ones in there. Oh, my plastic stork fell over. It's extensive irrigation. The way it's set up is really neat. Birch trees. So like now, I'm running it. I've been running quite a bit of water in here, so when it overflows the dam here, you can pull that board out if you had to. Then it goes underneath the lawn, and it goes down here into like a little creek he made. And back behind there where I was pointing where the creek is, there's an area that's been developed with an 8-foot deer fence for a garden. A couple sides are on it, but it's not fully finished. The posts are there, and the wires laying over there too. The water's really clear now compared to what it used to be. You can see this koi here, he's doing something underneath the lily pad. A lot of dragonflies everywhere. Cute little benches here and there. Beautiful rock formations. And so you can take numerous paths going around here. Whoops, frog. There's some big bullfrogs here too. They're really cool at night. I mean, they're really deep and loud. Some neat rock formations though, as I mentioned. There's one up here that's just balanced, and that's the way it was. I'm gonna walk down here, little side path. This is the only rock I know of that's artificial. It's like hollow. There's a golden koi there. Yeah, that rock's are balanced up there. It's pretty cool. Oops. A little berry vine that needs cutting. That grew overnight. Usually this starts up here. The Japanese maples. Really exquisite. Up here is where the irrigation was for that creek bed if a person wanted to fulfill that dream. And I'm going to cut this one off and start another one. This is the area back around here where, again, he wanted to put a little tea house.